I used to keep tabs on all the weird stuff like swingers clubs and things of that nature. There was the Green Door, the Red Rooster, and there was another one called Jack and Jill's. But when I left the Venetian, that knowledge was first to go. All the seedy stuff. I don't keep in.
Wasn't there a place? No, I think that's a movie. I thought there was a place with like a password and some weird thing.
Oh, Red Rooster.
Yeah.
Red Rooster. You went to the address given for the Red Rooster was a storage facility. And it would function as a storage facility. And you went in there and you said, I want to go to the Red Rooster. And they would give you this password or pass numbers and an address. And then you would go to this location and say, Nixon ate oatmeal or something.
Yeah.
And they'd let you in. But yeah. I don't know why. Nowadays, you don't need that. You don't need passwords and stuff. People are very accepting of it for the most part. The facilities, I'd never been to them. I know where they were, like the Green Door. I mean, the Green Door wasn't secretive.
No, it really wasn't. I mean, it was on DI and like Karen, like where we used to go to the gym, right?
Yes.
Or Joe W. Brown.
Yes, Joe W. Brown. Over what near where the Las Vegas Hilton used to be.
Yeah.
Very bad area.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I mean, already you're going to a questionable, for a questionable reason to a questionable location. Yeah, I don't know why people would do that, but they did.
They did.
Yeah. I might have to look that up for everybody. See if the Green Door is still around.
Yeah.
Red Rooster was run by a very nice couple. I remember they had an interview and. The whole issue for the Red Rooster was the serving of alcohol, and I think they got around it by making it BYOB, so they didn't have to. But then, then the moral right got involved and said it doesn't matter and so on and so forth.
But what is it? What was the Red Rooster?
Red Rooster they called it a club. They called it a party facility, and you went there, and as I said, they brought bring your own beer and so on and so forth, and they would make sure that you were of age. You had to be 21, and you there were themed rooms and everything else, but it was kind of just an open, kind of hippie 60s kind of thing, and you just did what you did.
Okay.
Whereas the Green Door was it was voyeurism, swinging and everything else, but mainly go in and watch people do what they're doing. But Red Rooster really billed itself as an adult club.
Okay.
They really had to be careful with their terminology though, because that's how all the detractors were attacking them. They were like alcohol and immoral and so on and so forth. But morality is. Whatever.
Just don't bother me. Yeah.
Right. So Julia's with me. We're here in the studio with the Pod Bay door. We're talking about secret places. We're trying to remember as many as we can, and there's definitely some. We got some hiking ones. We got some attractions. We got rooms. A couple of conspiracy things, and then a good question by one of our listeners to Julia. But something near and dear to both Julia's and my hearts is hiking. I try to find some really cool. We're always talking about where to go. Las Vegas is a town of many things, but most people don't think about hiking, coming to Vegas to go hiking. But you got to work out that alcohol somehow. Yeah. So there are some really cool places. We've talked about Red Rock, Valley of Fire, Mount Charleston. Those are the kind of the anchors to the hiking. Have you been to all three?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, what is it? Mount Charleston is Cathedral Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the big rock looks like a cathedral.
Yeah.
Red Rock has a 17-mile drive. Valley of Fire and Bowl of Fire have just amazing landscapes. But there are some ones that maybe, I know you know them, I think. But there are some ones that you guys don't know about that if you have 2 to 4 hours to get there, they're very cool. So the easiest one for last. Sloan Canyon. Now, I think I've been to that one, to the very edge of it, but Sloan Canyon is about 2.5 hours from us. A very intimate hike. You're in a wash, and it's a slot canyon basically, and it's a great place to go if you don't want kids and dogs and people and just half-assing the hiking. If you want to go for a nice long hike, it's a lot like the Narrows that are here.
That's what I want to do really bad. I've never done it.
Yeah. Now there's the Narrows in southern Utah, which I have done. I've done it when the water was very low, and I've done it when the water was very high, where you're basically just floating all the way through the Narrows.
Yeah.
Very cool. I have not done the Narrows here, but I've been to the mouth of it because it's on the way. On the way there, there's a thing called the Anniversary Mine, which was a borax mine. You can no longer get in there, and honestly, I've been in there. It's very creepy and scary, and you don't want to be in there. But right after the Anniversary Mine is the entrance to the Narrows, and it's very cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, you don't need a special permit, but you do need to plan. Oh, for the Narrows, you need to plan a good 8 hours. 4 in, 4 out, and that may not cover your entire hike.
Yeah.
So you need to be a good hiker. This is not. Hey, we're just here for a couple days for a conference. Let's go to the Narrows. You need to plan that one. Sloan Canyon, a little less of a commitment.
Yeah.
But very much cool. Now the next one is Cave Lake area, which is I would say it's about a little less than 4 hours away, and it has a giant lake. And then a smaller lake, which is actually no longer a lake. It's a dry riverbed area, lake bed area. But apparently this was caused by a meteor strike and filled in. It's called Cave Lake, and it's actually a Cave Lake National Area. So it's a very cool place to go. Now here's one. Now I'm gonna see if you've been. Have you been to the hot springs? We talked about the hot springs the other day, I think.
No.
Have you been to a hot springs?
No.
No, never. Okay. I'm going to give you the pluses and the minuses of hot springs, Julia, and specifically for women. Guys, it's a little easier. Hot springs are sulfur deposits, and they're coming out of the earth and are heated by the core, by geothermal stuff, and it's like a hot tub, except really, really hot. I mean, you're talking. It starts at 104 and goes beyond. So there are some hot springs that you can't even get in. You're there and it's fun. It smells. It smells like rotten eggs.
Right.
But the hot springs are actually, it's a strange secret location that it's kind of hard to find if you're not looking for it, or if you don't have somebody with you that's looking for it. It's kind of near the Hoover Dam, kind of not. It's where the old Hacienda Hotel used to be out there. I don't know if you, Julia's not been with us in the studio last couple of podcasts. Did you hear about Interstate 11? The new road coming in from
Oh, yeah.
I was on there.
You
I was
were,
on there
that's
when it
right.
opened. Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So off of that, you can actually get to the hot springs.
Okay.
And it kills me because if you look up the Nevada hot springs, Las Vegas hot springs, it has this promo picture of these people that look like they're at a Las Vegas pool. They, bikinis and shorts and everybody drinking and having fun. That's not really it.
No.
It's not really a pleasant thing.
Yeah.
And it can be very dangerous. And many people have in the pre-show, oddly enough, Julia and I were talking about Legionnaire's disease.
Yeah,
that kind of thing can happen. I mean, just the sulfur smell alone, and the sulfur, if the water gets in your mouth, that can make you sick.
Oh, gee.
Yes, but people love to go there because the hot springs in Europe, in the German, you'll hear from Germany and those locations, are far different. Ours are a little bit worse. You can't really go there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you're not alone. It's very popular. So, I mean, I don't know if you're much of a group hot tubber.
No.
No. See, I'm not either.
Pass.
I have a hot tub, but it's all mine.
Yeah.
So hot springs, yes. It's not a big secret, but it's kind of hard to get to. So if you'd like to see that, definitely check it out. Now, someplace I know you've gone, and not a lot of people know about it. And it's undergone some really bad weather that we have here and been built up and destroyed a couple of times, but it's a very cool place. You don't even imagine it being here. The wetlands. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and have you been?
I think so.
Yes.
Where is that?
Wetlands is North Vegas.
Yeah.
Northwest. I'll make it a little better area. Northwest Las Vegas.
Okay.
But it's out by the Silver Bowl, which is a stadium here in Las Vegas, and it's a really cool place. There are portions of it have sidewalks that you can walk, and you can walk. It's strollers and dogs, and it's pet friendly and kid friendly. And they have other places where it's sort of a dirt pathway. But the amazing thing about it is an actual accredited wetlands area. It is recognized by the I think National Forestry Service as a wetlands area, and it's like I said, it's been built up and destroyed a couple of times because we have when it rains here in Vegas, it is like the world is coming to an end for about 10 minutes. And we just had a huge windstorm here that I mean, we had trees just uprooted.
Yep.
100-year-old trees just ruined, signs ruined. First time I ever came to Vegas, the Las Vegas Hilton sign, which was this beautiful sort of peacock feather sign, ripped out of the foundation.
Oh.
Gone. Yeah. First thing I ever saw in Vegas. It was amazing. But the wetlands, you can see blue herons, you can see white herons, you can see the mallard ducks that come through. You can see the Canada geese that stop here on their journey, and there are oh my gosh, myriad insects and fish and wildlife. The mule deer actually come down here to the wetlands. And it's maintained by the Park Service. It's a fantastic place to go. It's free, but you can donate. They have a full museum. But I highly recommend it. It's actually a place to go for sort of a romantic walk. You don't want to go during monsoon, however, because one thing, we don't have a lot of mosquitoes here in Vegas because of the heat, but wetlands do have a lot of mosquitoes.
Ugh.
Yeah, and now at the what we have to add, we have malaria, Zika. There's another one. I don't know. There's all kind of West Nile.
Oh yeah, West Nile. That's a big one.
But I recommend it in the dry part of the summer. Go to the wetlands. Now I was looking for attractions, and I was trying to think of places you and I went. And we were just talking about the Venetian. Not a lot of secret stuff at the Venetian. There's and what's funny is people always ask me, where are the secret places to go in Vegas? Well, we can tell you about some places that are not really attended, but they don't want them to be secret. Not really, except if they're VIP. I mean, Julia and I dealt with VIPs that had secret areas they went to, but it was for VIPs. No, it wasn't fun.
I think they've all been rooted out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. So I listed a couple of them here for our listeners. And I've never mentioned this on the show. I looked it up. The Mermaids of the Silverton. Do you know that?
Yes, I've been there.
Yeah. Have you been? Yeah.
It's cool.
I've never seen them.
It's great. You should go.
Well, tell me about it. What is it?
It's just a bar.
Okay.
But behind the bar, they actually have women swimming as mermaids, dressed as mermaids in a huge tank. It's beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So naked mermaids and alcohol.
Not naked.
No.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Julia.
They have tops on.
It's still there?
Yeah. Okay. Well, gosh, I was there. I went to see Candlebox.
Oh, wow.
At the Silverton, and that must be now 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Silverton off of the I-15 South.
Blue Diamond area.
Yeah, you can also reach it by sort of the Las Vegas Boulevard. It's off of Dean Martin Drive, and used to be called Boomtown.
Boomtown.
Yeah. Then got a makeover, and then got another makeover, and now it's Silverton. Sponsored by Bass Pro Shops. I'll tell you the theme. It's pretty cool. It's very, very woodsy, very cabiny. It's one of the major bass pro shops all the way. They sell everything from large boats and houseboats to whatever you want at Bass. But
it's great. It's a great store.
Yeah, Silverton it's small but has surprisingly good rooms. Really surprisingly good rooms. And now, from what Julia tells me,
cool place to go.
Completely clothed mermaids.
Yep.
Disappointing as it is, probably is pretty fun.
Very, very pretty.
Yes.
Very pretty.
Yes.
You would enjoy it.
Yeah. Now, Well, they must go up and down.
They do.
Okay, I was going to say it would not be sexy with
No.
the scuba tank in their mouth. And the only other one I could think of, which a lot of people didn't know about or don't know about when coming in, and I think it's for a strange reason. It's because it's been here so long that it's actually cycling back into being cool again. Voodoo Lounge.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot lately.
Been around a long time.
It's a great place.
52nd floor, I think, up there, maybe 55th, 52nd, on the Rio Hotel.
Yep.
The Rio is everything about Vegas. Julia and I both know is very cyclical.
Yep.
If you can make it through your first coolness, like the Palms, and then come back around again and try to be cool again, we'll see what the Palms are trying. They're going to throw some money in there.
I'm going to say no on that. Yeah.
And poor old
Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost and SLS putting another $100 million in the SLS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which was the premium tower SLS, they're gone. They're no longer here. They uprooted. But yeah, if you can make it through that second, coolness factor, it can happen. And actually, it's happening at the Voodoo. I don't know that the zip line, the Voodoo, or from the Voodoo, you can zip line down to a different, it's not the Strip. It's another structure that became very popular for Instagramming. But Voodoo Lounge is a fantastic club, bar, ultra lounge. They used to serve some light appetizers. I don't know if they're still doing that anymore.
I think they do.
Okay.
I spent a New Year's Eve there.
Did you really?
When I worked at the Rio. Yeah, it was great. It was a great spot, and I'm not surprised it's coming back. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
when you walk in there, it's they've got black lights and a lot of kind of New Orleans style skulls and paint and. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
I recommend it to anyone coming to town.
No, I totally do. If only for the view.
Yeah.
And you're off Strip, which is a little bit better. It's not a big place, but it's a multi-level place, actually. I've done a couple of shoots there a long time ago. And there's the observation deck and the dance floor, and they have satellite bars. But there's also a second level that people don't know about that you can go up, and you can overlook the interior bar and lounge area. It's very cool. Very cool.
I'll give you guys one downtown.
Okay.
If you are visiting Fremont and you want to stop and get a cocktail, I think the Griffin is a great place to go. Classic Vegas. Yeah. It's very much like a 90s style. What's that theme? It's like kind of a dungeon type theme.
Okay.
The Griffin being the winged, I forget what it is.
Griffin, it's a eagle lion
mix. Yeah.
Oh, eagle lion dragon, I think. It had a tail of a dragon.
But that's an interesting kind of a dark bar, but a lot of character to it.
Yeah.
And, downtown's fun.
Yeah.
But if you want to have a drink and then walk, you don't want to walk Fremont Street, everybody, without having a drink. Have a drink first so you can really have fun with the strange people that you're going to encounter.
Yeah. And otherwise, it's kind of a little tragic, but you need a drink. You have fun. It's very visual. But, unlike LA, we don't have those sort of cryptic, truly secret bars.
We don't.
Because Las Vegas really wants everybody to come and enjoy. We pride ourselves on exclusivity. It's pricey, and you need to dress accordingly and be a good looking patron. But secret, where you have to actually say, give a code or a knock and go through one bar to get to another bar, we don't have those. Not really.
We really don't. There used to be. Gosh, I'm trying to think about what this was. There was a bar everyone used to go to, and it was behind a strip club. It was like you had to go through the strip club, and it was back there. But was it, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a gay club. Do you remember?
Well, I mean, we had, back when you and I were at the height of our concierge tenure, we had... Icon, the Gypsy.
I think it was Gypsy.
Gypsy, yeah, could have been. Gypsy was the largest. That's over. These clubs were over by off of Paradise Road.
Yep.
Near the Hard Rock Hotel, and
Gypsy was it.
Yeah.
You would go into Gypsy, and then in the back of Gypsy, and it didn't open till late 3 a.m.
Okay.
It was a pretty happening place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that was one secret bar that I think you just wouldn't find out about that unless you spoke to a concierge
Right.
or were a local and knew the hot spots at the time. It was very trendy. I don't know if it's there anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we Las Vegas. I honestly can't say now. We have lifestyle friendly everything now.
Oh yeah.
But as far you go 5 years, 10 years back, we barely had gay bars. And I mean, we had I could name on my 4.
I think so.
in Good Times, which was here for forever, and that's way out of the way.
Yeah.
But everything's different now, of course.
Oh yeah.
But okay, so the hiking attractions. What do we? Okay, here's some hotel stuff that I either know about or found. And I don't know if you know about these, Julia. They're kind of funny. Cromwell, very nice place.
Yeah.
Corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo. It used to be Barbary Coast.
Yep.
Cromwell has rooms that have two-way mirrors, so you can see in the shower of the suite.
Interesting.
Yes. I don't know if you pay extra for that, but it's the upgraded suite, two-way mirror. So if I could watch you take a shower.
Interesting.
I know. I don't know. And it was funny in the description. They made a big deal about saying the shower. They didn't want any other part of the bathroom, because that's gross.
Yeah, that's not not sexy at all.
That's a fetish that you don't want to talk about. But yeah, Cromwell, two-way mirrors. Ask for it. It's probably pricey. And here's one that you might like. There's they call it secret. For all of you people that like to work out, to take classes, to have a nice quiet area with parquet floors and everything else, at the Cosmo they have a place called Sweat 60, and all it is just an empty workout room.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean it looks like a yoga studio. It looks like a spin class studio. Doesn't I based on the pictures that I saw, it does not have equipment. Although I did see mats, and I saw a workout ball.
Oh.
In the picture. But Sweat 60 over at the Cosmo, they deem that a secret workout area.
Interesting.
I know. Jose Andreas, that is behind the restaurant called Jaleo or Jaleo, apparently has and this is the only one that I can call truly secret. And it's secret unless you have enough money. It is through the restaurant. There is another restaurant called E. It's 8 seats, and it is sort of like a trunk restaurant, where a pop-up, and there's no menu, lots of money to get in, or you got to know somebody, and Jose makes whatever the hell he wants. Yeah. Would you want to do that? I see that a lot. Would you, if you and I went and had dinner, would you want to just
leave
blankly?
I'll take it. Yeah. I
you?
think I would.
Have you done that?
No.
I've never done it yet.
I think I would do it. I'll say this to any men who want to propose.
Yes. To you?
Yeah,
okay.
To me. Take me here. In the Wynn, there is a Japanese restaurant, and I can't for the life of me remember the name, but it's the only one they have.
Okay.
So Mr. Wynn designed his hotel he kind of surrounds this beautiful faux setting where he's got rocks and waterfalls and all kinds of things like this and pools. And in the back of this restaurant, and it is a truly secret table. It's one table. You go outside the restaurant, and there's a very long path through these pools and hanging vines and waterfalls. And at the end, there's a table. And you can reserve that table. It's a table for 2 only. And you are outside among the fountains. And it's very expensive. And the chef will bring you your food personally. And lots of proposals there.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't seem romantic.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem romantic to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Mizumi.
That's it.
Yeah, Mizumi. Yeah. Thank you.
You have to ask for it, though. No one knows.
Yeah, thank you, Google.
Yeah.
I'm good. I didn't know that Wow, well, that's cool. Now that you said that, of course, there is, and I have shot this. I've had the opportunity to photograph several times for Bruno Mars, and I'm not kidding. I actually do. And I shot Bruno Mars in concert at Mandalay Bay while he was here performing for a conference called JCK, which is a giant jewelry conference. He performed there, and I cannot compliment him enough. A brilliant musician, wonderful leader of his band, and he's just an amazingly qualified individual. He's so talented, and he proposed to his girl. I don't know if they're still together. I hope they are. But he proposed to his girl at the private, secret, if you will, table that is outside the Club Hyde.
Oh yeah,
overlooking the Bellagio water fountains on the casino side. So it's actually looking toward Las Vegas Boulevard. And I also shot some promo shots for when he did his 24K video, and he's the only person that's ever ridden a jet ski in the Bellagio water fountains.
Oh, wow.
For that video, yes. And you don't have to be Bruno Mars. You can arrange that small little outcropping, and they'll put a table and serve dinner and flowers and candy and everything else. Yeah, I know. Yeah, fantastic. It's actually true, although you have to be very special. And I think Bruno was able to do this. There's actually a button that sort of turns the fountains on.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can actually...
So I was sad last week. I wasn't... You had asked John a question, and I would have loved to give my answer, so I'm going to give it now.
Give it.
You asked him what was his favorite dining experience in Vegas. I'll give you mine.
Oh, please.
My favorite meal ever was Mon Ami Gabi.
Oh, yes.
It was fabulous. Yes. I was lucky enough to get a table that overlooked the strip, and I was outside, and it was a beautiful fall, crisp evening. And it was just amazing. I mean, the food there was amazing. I had a piece of fish. I think it was turbo. But it was just amazing.
Very nice.
One of my favorite meals. My second favorite dining experience was last Christmas at Olives. I had brunch.
Olives.
And I went...
Long-time restaurant.
There. And it's closed.
Oh, no.
They were closing it 2 weeks after we were there. And we sat. I was so lucky that I got there, but we sat. It was 12:30 on Christmas Day. Right. And here in Vegas, I mean, Christmas, everyone else is dealing with snow. Sure. We have right. beautiful, I mean, crisp. I was wearing a sweater and a hat, sure. But it was, I mean, beautiful. I had champagne, got a little nice healthy buzz on, great food, overlooking the fountains. It went off 3 times while we were there. I think we took our time.
Good.
So they've now moved. What was the restaurant in Caesar's Palace by Wolfgang Puck? Very generic nowadays.
Yeah.
They moved there.
Oh, wow.
So they bumped Olives, and now it is...
Spago.
Spago. Now it's a Spago. Yes. I was disappointed to hear that. Not that I don't like Spago. I do.
Oh, yeah. Spago had that central location in the Forum Shops for decades. They were just, I don't know. Puck is a pretty good business person. I mean, there's a reason he left. But no, Olive's fantastic. And I got to thinking of it too. And there's a restaurant that is no longer there. Do you remember Alizé?
Oh, yes.
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 I mean, it was a very upper echelon meal.
Yeah.
7 courses, including palate cleansers. It was fantastic. That's an acquired taste. I mean, coursed meals, you have to love dining, not food. You have to love dining and the whole experience. That's cool. Olives, though, I did not know it was moved.
I'm so sad. But Mon Ami Gabi, anyone wants a nice romantic spot or just a spot to people watch, and because it was great. It was my best meal here. Right.
Now, I've had a listener caught me, and I made mention of the conspiracy theory behind the Lake Meade water level. Now, in general, if you believe the overriding news, Lake Meade is our big lake out here. It is provided water by the Colorado River. which is embattled now between Arizona, California,
Yes.
and Nevada. And Nevada is odd men out. I mean, we have barely any skin in the game when it comes to Colorado River.
No.
But they're under drought conditions all the time. Anyway, so they say that the water level is dangerously low, and is going to be dangerously low by 2020, to where it is going to affect the economies of all Arizona, Nevada, and California, due to the fact that they're going to have to charge more for the extraction of the water and the usage of the water, which is why Arizona and California are having this jousting match.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are some scientists out there, there are some water conservationists out there, there are some green people out there that say this is just horseshit. That it is not low. It is at the level it's supposed to be based on the rain that we've had.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not low, and that the Colorado River is being manipulated by both Arizona and California, and they're using the drought conditions and the dangerously low Lake Meade conditions as a chess piece for their particular argumentative side, so they can have more of the water. More water is good. Now, do I believe that conspiracy? I don't know. Because we are absolutely under drought conditions. Now, I believe they would put us under drought conditions as a chess piece. I believe that, of course.
I'm sure.
But I promised I would talk about that conspiracy. That's it. I'm going to lean on the side that our water is probably in trouble a little bit.
I think so.
Now, I'm going to ask you two questions. How do you feel about the rising temperatures and the shrinking water levels and the shrinking polar ice caps? Where are you with that?
Well, I wrote, this is the one of the thesis points in my book, Barren Waters. So I've written about this. If anyone hasn't seen what's happening in Florida right now, Barren Waters, people, it's going to happen.
That is true.
But Florida's in terrible shape. They are losing the entire Gulf Coast right now. It's you can't swim. Yeah. Fish are washing up dead. But I do believe that the Earth is warming. I just don't think. I think the science is irrefutable. I think that Al Gore's documentary,
Inconvenient Truth.
An Inconvenient Truth. Yeah. I think he might have. I think it was perhaps dramatized a little bit, but I think there is truth to it. Mm-hmm. And, I think if anyone were to deny those claims, they're just putting their head in the sand.
There's no doubt that Gore, I think he sensationalized it or made sure it was sensationalized.
Yep.
But I think he had to,
right,
to get a foothold on the subject matter,
which is good.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a profit-making situation for him. It was, I think, he really did want to do that. He ran a campaign, and unfortunately, a losing campaign on the environment. I do think he cares about it. Science be damned on this for me. I think that I believe that in global warming and all of the deleterious effects of it, because I'll go back to the fact that the global public, but mainly the United States, has no capabilities of moderation.
None.
I think we hairsprayed our ozone. I think we've
killed everything.
We've peed in our waters, and I think I think our globe is saying, okay, well, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Here's a first time, with the flood, and God knows what she'll do next. But I honestly think that we live on an organism.
Yes.
And I think we are a terrible, the Matrix and everybody, all these other movies, we're a cancer upon it.
Yep.
If you look at the general definition of a cancer, we absolutely are. But we have no level of moderation. And I think that alone, our Earth is suffering.
Yeah.
And we have to, so I think they need to stop the political arguments about it,
I think
and
so
the
too.
agendas. We have to do things about it. Now, can one person make a difference? I don't know. You and I don't know. I don't have time. I'm almost 50 years old.
I know.
I may have another 30 or 40 if I'm lucky. or not. I don't have enough time to make a difference. So I don't know. We'll see.
I try to step lightly. That's the best I can do as an
Yeah.
individual. But to say that these issues aren't happening is crazy. And they've done studies now. You can look this up, where they have taken samples from a monk living in the Andes. I mean, the cleanest, the absolute cleanest conditions in a hut. And he is riddled with toxins, airborne. I mean, the water we drink is contaminated. We got to do something here, people.
We do. We do. I mean, yeah. But, okay, that being said,
yep.
I have a question for you. Sveti, off of Twitter, said, Julia, I saw your pic on Twitter with the new Pod Bay Door t-shirt. I want one. Well, Sveti, yes, she was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody thought you were great. Even my mom said you were great.
Oh, thank you.
But if you do want one, Sveti, go to the Pod Bay Door LV at gmail.com. Give me some sort of address or contact information, and I will send you a shirt. Her question for Julia. Julia, how do you stay in shape after 40, living in the city of sin, surrounded by food and bad things? And I was like, well, Julia, that's all you.
That's all me.
She's just surrounded by donuts and marijuana, and it's how do you
everywhere.
That's
oh, it's everywhere.
And she does. Julia looks fantastic.
Thank you.
I know for a fact she works extremely hard, but I have no idea what she does. What do you do?
Well, I do work extremely hard, but not as much as I used to. So here's what I do. I might have said this before on a previous podcast, but I make sure that I'm a meal planner. If you leave it up to chance, you will fail. What's the phrase? The worst plan is no plan, or something. There's something about plans. Make yourself a plan.
Yeah.
There are people at my office who we get stuck at work all the time, and if they don't have anything, they will just have to get takeout, and it's burgers, and it's this. Make yourself a plan. So make yourself a plan. Try and get your 10,000 steps if you can. I have a stand-up desk at work. I'll stand half the day. I'll sit half the day. I do.
Oh, you do?
Well, I have a pedometer.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Same concept.
I try to get the steps, even if I'm not working out. I don't work out that often anymore. 3 nights a week is about the most I can do, including weekends. But on the off days, I'm trying to at least take an evening walk.
Yeah.
But you cannot work out, or you cannot work out a bad diet. You can't compensate for it. Think about running. Remember you and I used to go to the gym? We would run like 6-7 miles.
Yes.
And you remember how hard it was?
You ruined my knees.
Yes. Remember how difficult that was?
Yes, I do.
And that was an hour and 20 minutes.
And I do remember how awful it was for me.
Yeah.
Julia, I think, is a superlative runner. May it be natural or you studied. I am not. I was a baseball player. I was good at 90 feet. For first to second.
Yeah.
and then she got me running, and it was great, but oh my God, it was torturous. And because I had to keep up with her. I couldn't let. I'm the guy. I can't let the girl. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, think about how difficult that was. That burned about maybe 600 calories. You can eat 600 calories in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll say this: liquid before lunch is my policy. So I have my shake in the morning. I've often had it here in the studio. But so I try and do liquid before lunch, and then my lunch is typically a salad or cooked vegetables with a piece of fish. I do have an issue with dark chocolate. I'm obsessed with it. So I do eat dark chocolate during the day.
Really?
But at night, I'm pretty strict. I have my vegetables with hummus. I have an addiction to peanut butter. That's why I'm not thinner than I
enjoy a spoonful of peanut butter.
Yeah, I'm definitely a spoon or 3.
Wow. All right.
But anyway, that's it. I mean, the sin of Vegas and the temptation of Vegas, I have succumbed to it. I did succumb to it for years. You knew me at that time.
Yeah. And
now it's just in my 40s. It's out of my system. I don't partake.
You've always had a wonderful figure, though. Even
back then?
You did. You know. Now,
It's
has
the
it
food.
changed with age? Of course it has.
It changed
But no, you really did.
when I ran that half marathon
Yeah.
10 years ago. That changed
That
my
almost
body
killed you.
permanently. It did. I was not able to run for
I
2 months,
remember. Yeah.
but
Okay, so can you
yeah.
do one and that, not the other? Exercise and have a bad diet? Can you do a great diet, no exercise?
You can do a great diet and no
You
exercise and
can.
probably be all right.
Okay.
You
Now, see, I've talked to
truly
people
can.
that disagree. I don't know.
I think you can. I
You
think
can.
what will happen is you will be thin. You won't have that tone look that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm, true.
I don't really
That I
have
agree.
that either. I mean, I try,
Yeah.
but
But exercise, bad diet, no.
no,
You can't slam down the pizzas and
you cannot do
no,
that.
and then work
Maybe
it
when
off.
you're 20. I mean,
Yeah.
look, we could all get away with murder back
Sure.
then, but
Sure.
no.
Okay. So if Julia was going to be fat,
Yep.
what would it be? What's your peanut butter aside? 3 spoons of peanut butter. Wow.
Oh, I'm obsessed with
I can
peanut
do
butter.
one. I'm
Terrible,
good with one.
Terrible.
Oh wow. So if you're going to be fat, what's the thing? I'll tell you mine. Donuts.
I already
and a
know
milkshake.
yours.
Yes,
Yeah.
Milkshake. Yeah.
I think anything with cheese, you can melt. You can melt cheese on an old boot, and I'll eat it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Cheap date.
Yeah.
All right. So cheese, really?
I love
What's your
cheese.
favorite cheese?
I'm gonna go with melted mozzarella. I'm
right.
easy.
Easy,
Pizza,
yeah.
you can melt cheese on. That's the one thing about the change in diet is dropping the cheese was the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
You said, what was it for you? Dropping the meat?
You know, I
A
dropped
good
the meat
steak?
was easier than I thought. No dairy. Dairy was dropping the
Dairy.
dairy because dairy included the milkshake and I loved a glass of milk.
Yeah.
But I think dairy was the most direct cause of me feeling better.
Yes.
You know, I don't know that I necessarily believe all the hype about the dairy problem, but yeah, but meat was probably the really close second because I was a barbecue guy. I love barbecue.
Yeah.
You know, a hamburger, hot dog, whatever. So cheese.
Cheese.
You like stinky cheese? You like the stinky cheeses? You like the
Yeah. Any cheese. Goat's cheese I love. I
I
love.
like goat's
And I will still have that. That's a little different than cow.
You got it. Now, do you have a cheat day?
I have a cheat day. It's today.
It's today.
So,
So cheese and peanut butter.
my husband and I will be doing some type of horrible meal tonight, and we'll love it.
Nice. Now, how horrible though?
So,
Fast food horrible?
no.
No.
I typically, my favorite cheat is spaghetti and meatballs. I will actually have meat on my cheat day.
Okay.
So, I might have spaghetti and meatballs tonight, but I don't do cheese. I don't allow it.
Yeah.
It's just so bad.
See, I will have a like a caprese salad.
Yeah.
You know, tomatoes and mozzarella. I will do that. You
Yeah.
know, because I can take it. You know.
Yeah.
You know. But okay. Now, what is is there anything specifically Las Vegas that you had to stop or was difficult to get rid of that was contributed to a bad
The change
diet?
in diet.
Yeah. Is there anything Las Vegas-y that?
No, I will say
Alcohol, then.
this.
You're not
Have
a
you
huge
ever
drinker, though. Right?
No.
Not a huge one.
Just I guess you call it a binge drinker. When I would go out, I would drink.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
Okay.
like sit around and drink in my house, you know what I mean? But I did for a while, which prompted my diet change. I was having a glass of wine a night or two to try and sleep, which actually has the reverse effect, so I don't recommend that to try and sleep. So but now I drink alcohol maybe once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't had a drink in a couple weeks right now.
Yeah.
But
Anything that's truly
Vegas?
Las Vegas that you can tell Sveti that you dropped that and I had to that
I
saved my life.
miss teriyaki madness.
Oh, teriyaki man.
Wasn't it great?
I had the chicken katsu.
Oh, I loved chicken katsu.
Oh yeah, fried chicken and
And then the
buckets
crab
of rice
rangoon.
and crab rangoon.
Oh,
yeah.
that was the best. I
Yeah.
missed that.
They're still around. Yeah, Teriyaki Madness. I don't know. Is it a chain outside of Vegas?
I don't think so. T-Mad. That's my
T-Mad.
I miss my T-Mad.
T-Man. Wow. Okay, well, there you go, Sveti. Stay
Yep.
away from Teriyaki Madness. They have good stuff.
Yeah,
But, you know, they have the chicken bowls and things like that. But,
Yep.
see, I gave up chicken, too.
I did too.
Because and I have to say, good chicken probably is not bad for you.
Yeah.
But that's why I gave it up is because I can't
find it.
I can't guarantee it's good chicken. And yes, those videos made an impression on me.
Me too.
Oh, those terrible Tyson, you know, because I don't trust anybody. I know. They're going to take shortcuts every single time. No moderation.
Nope. I'm telling you, you can't do it. They're full of antibiotics.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I do miss T-Mad.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is one right down the road from the studio here.
And eggplant parm is
Never liked that.
That is my favorite meal of all time.
Really? I don't think I've had a good one. And you can't really find eggplant parmesan. I can't think of a restaurant that has that as a key item on their menu.
The only place, and the place that was the best was, what's the place we used to recommend right across from Bally's? It's been there for decades.
Across from Bally's. Now, Bally's.
Across from Bally's.
Caesars?
Yeah, so like behind.
Oh, Buca de Beppo.
Nope.
No?
It's on the Strip. It's behind the Cromwell.
Oh, yeah. The Hole in the Wall.
Yes.
Yeah. It's called,
great eggplant parm.
Yeah.
I love the Hole in the Wall. It's a great place to go for people.
It is. I believe it's still there.
They will give you, now come on people, it's box wine, but it's all you can drink. When you sit down at Hole in the Wall, they will give you a red and a white, like liter of each.
Right.
And they won't charge you. I think it's pretty much juice with maybe like 2% alcohol, but
sure, whatever. Yeah.
But Hole in the Wall.
Yeah,
Batistas.
off of if you're here in Las Vegas, Hole in the Wall, right behind the Cromwell, on a road called Audrey.
That's right.
Yeah,
that is right.
Yeah, well, that was fun.
Yeah,
yeah. I Julia makes me remember more. John makes me laugh. Julia makes me remember.
Yeah.
But John's not with us today. I think he's out enjoying some rock concert, I'm sure.
Melting.
Yeah, melting. But keep with us through September. We're going to have some interesting topics. A little vacationing time in September. We're going to go. We're going to record some ahead so we can keep with you guys. Thank you so much for all your patronage. We're doing fantastic. If you would like a shirt or something, maybe a mouse pad, get a hold of me. I'm sure I could make that arrangement. It's thepodbaydorlv@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook. You can see I post as many as we can. All the t-shirt sightings. The most recent one, of course, is Julia, and you do look fantastic.
Thank you.
But if any of that interests you, connect to us there, or you can just go right to iTunes and download us and subscribe. And if you have a chance, give us a review on iTunes. We do appreciate that. Had the newest one, I gotta say, recently. It was all I have is their handle. So, but it was Jewish Dave. Mm-hmm. Gave us a fantastic review, 5 stars. So, Dave, if you're out there, we appreciate it. We're glad you connected to us. But for Julia, this is Jamey, and we will see you next week. Thanks to everyone listening and watching. You can catch the Pod Bay Door on the Podbean app or any of your favorite podcast apps, including iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and Stitcher Radio. You can watch the show on our YouTube channel at the Pod Bay Door Podcast. Please download, like, and subscribe. Our social connectivity screen is coming up. Check in with us on Facebook, Twitter, and WordPress. The Pod Bay Door is closed and talent is out. Hey everybody, thank you very much for tuning into the show. We would love to hear your show suggestions and comments. If you are watching on our YouTube channel, please click to subscribe. You can also connect with us on Facebook using @PBD Podcast, on Twitter using @TPBD Podcast, and on WordPress at thepodbaydoor.wordpress.com.